Well, good evening. It is the Bulletin Man joining you on this Friday night. It is January 6th, 2012. My goodness gracious. This is the first Bulletin Man video broadcast of 2012. And certainly hope you had a happy new year. We were able to ring in the new year down in Festus at Petit Paris. It's been a long time since I've been to Petit. And we had a really great evening. They didn't kick me out of the place or anything like that, like I've been kicked out before. And Chris Abrams waited on us, and she's a tremendous waitress, and we had a great time. Went down there with my lovely wife Judith, my brother and sister-in-law, and nephew and niece. My brother's ex-wife and her husband Kevin Moore, and their son, little Kevin, his new bride, and we had a real great time over Petite. A little pricey, a little expensive, but well worth it. Maybe next time we can trade out an ad or something. The new bulletin is on the streets. It's actually dated the 1st. As always, the Bulletin Man's usually about 4 or 5 days late, but I did get it out today. Haven't got all of them out. Got to thank the folks down in Potosi at Just Right Printing, even though the bulletin wasn't just right this time. The Plaza Pawn ad is missing. Actually, the ad's in there, just the logo's in there, so I got to make that up to my friend Steve of Plaza Pawn for all your pawn shop needs. Plaza Pawn is the pawn shop you know and trust. The original location is in Fenton, and the other house location is in House Springs next to Slingers. And my friend, the old-time barber, Cheryl, she's moved from House Springs over to Pacific. You might want to keep up with her. She's down on Main Street. That's actually called Frisco in Pacific, located right next to the railroad tracks. When you come in off of Highway 00DD or whatever the highway that runs through the Pacific area there, you make a left. She's to the south of that. And stop by and see Cheryl. I would assume she's back open for business. I know that she'd been making a big move. But the landlord over in House Springs, Bill Hetty's his name, wouldn't work with Cheryl, and now he's got 3 vacant storefronts there. But maybe the pawn shop will take it. The pawn shop's doing great, and they're just having a real great, tremendous success down there. In Bourbon, Crawford County, made the news last night. They arrested 6 people who had taken their kids and locked them in the shed while they were partying. And the police, the sheriff's department, was called on a domestic disturbance. And they found the kids in the shed in 45, 50-degree weather. Folks, you just can't fix stupid. And you add a little methamphetamine or heroin into the mix, because these guys looked high in the mug shots. And you got a recipe for disaster. The whole story is really kind of incredible and hard to believe. It really is. That you had 6 tweakers sitting there partying, that you would think they would go realize that the police were called. They would go get the kids out of the shed. I don't know. Well, I've been invaded by dogs again, and I hate to push them off me, because my friends over at Crawford County Dash, Missouri, on Facebook say I'm a dog abuser. Along with a lot of other things. If you really want to know the real Jeff Winehouse, all you got to do is go on CaseNet. You know, that's right there. And it's not hard to find out who I am. There's anti-Bulletin Man blog spots. And I got to say, you know, by the grace of God, I get along with all my ex-wives now. We have a great relationship. Other than Amelia, I really don't see Amelia. I don't really even talk to her anymore. But as far as the mother of my children, we get along just fine. And of course, we've had our domestic disturbances and disputes over the years, but it's all good now. So, and you'll notice a few of those cases on CaseNet I actually filed. You know, I sued the Crawford County, St. Francis County. You know, we went around and around and around, as you can see on my wall of shame. I also say hi to my friend Robert over at General Signs and Graphics. Robert's a great kid. If you need some signs and some graphics, you might want to go see Robert sometime. So basically, this is just one big commercial. I am probably going to run for office in Crawford County. We haven't really figured all that out yet. I'm still looking for a little bit more support. So if you're tired and fed up with the way things are in Crawford County, then you need to give me a call, 314-800-3652. A lot of just us and very little justice. Speaking of, I got to mention the Crystal Bouse situation down in Crawford County. Crystal worked for the Steelville School District, stole about 400 grand from them, and went to court. And they gave her 5 years probation, and they are only going to make her pay back 150,000. And of course, she's never going to be able to do that. But she stole 400 grand from the taxpayers, and man, what is up with that? Who are they related to, huh? A lot of just us and very little just us. In Bourbon, Leonard's ethics reports are all messed up. God bless Leonard. You know, I wish he would just pick up the phone and call me sometime. You know, we could have averted all this back in August had they just sat down and showed me the books of the BCDC and justified their position of how a sitting mayor can form a corporation, whether it be non-profit, profit, whatever, and buy a tract of land that by all means and just all sense the city should have bought. Because the city did have the money to buy the land, because they ended up buying the building up the road from someone else's friend for the same amount of money, and that building's sitting on less than an acre and certainly has no commercial development. And they spent another $25,000 redoing that city hall. And the whole BCDC thing, infrastructure improvements, probably $25,000 at least. They're not paying any taxes on it. It's a non-profit, so the citizens of Crawford County getting screwed there. The only development they've been able to bring to town is a Dollar General store. All right, well, someone's here. I think you get me. I don't know. This is the Bulletin Man signing out. I go check out what the dogs are up to. We love them.